He didn't tell you to come out?
No. All right, Lucas Glover does it again, right up our ass. 2 weeks in a row. Now, would we have been on that one? Probably not, but we are the original Glover guys, aren't we?
Fucking old leather, man. Old leather, shoving it right up our ass. I mean, yeah, the original Glover guys. That's us. We've been betting Lucas Glover for fucking 3 years, and we've been confident about it every time we bet him.
Yeah, I know.
And as soon as we get off, the guy turns into fucking, I don't know, Tiger Woods. What the hell?
Yeah, seriously. And it sucks because I love Glover and I'm rooting for him. And like after Tommy didn't win, I did want him to beat Cantlay.
Same.
I actually tossed a couple of bucks on him. It was like plus 120 in the playoff.
Yeah.
But I only had like I was only able to put 250 on it or something. But just because I did think he was going to win, but Cantlay just hooks one right in the water.
Same thing he did when we were on Tom Kim in that playoff at the Shriners.
That's right.
Left. Not in the water, but in the shit. He got a penalty, remember?
Was that a Tom Kim win a playoff?
It was either a playoff or they were going down 18 tied. Final hole.
Wow. Yeah, so Glover's the fucking man. I love that quote afterwards, the Ryder Cup thing. Like, he's a good old American boy.
Yeah. You know what's great about Glover is he's not like one of these new age, like the new age generation, you know? He's not a puss bag.
Yeah,
he's just a fucking man. He's got that wrinkly old fucking red face.
Yeah.
He's ready to beat someone's ass, you know?
Yeah, I feel like he just probably slams beers.
Yeah. Well, the swamp ass wasn't a great look yesterday.
I actually liked the swamp ass.
We just had 2 sloppy asses in the playoff.
Yeah, we did.
Cantlay's the worst. But yeah, it sucks because we're the Glover guys.
It does suck.
This is bullshit.
And I believe, Tommy should have fucking won that thing.
Yeah. I'll move on to this guy. Unbelievable. How do you not go at it on 17 and 18? You know you need a bird.
17. So I was thinking in the moment, I thought 15 feet short was okay. Because what's he going to do? Take a club up? He's going to go past it.
I don't know. Aim towards the pin a little bit.
Yeah.
Get inside. Get it at that 10-footer range. But no, I was fine with that. I was like, oh, it's a makeable putt. But 18, that was... You had the whole tournament in front of you. Who gives a fuck if you go long? That just means you're not going to win. Let's just go at the pin. Right?
Do you think he's trying to protect his placement or like?
I was thinking about this. Like, what does it matter? What place is he in? If he bogeys that, he still finishes 4th.
Yeah.
His 5th was minus 12. So instead of finishing, he finished solo or T3 with Rory.
So maybe he thinks that was the club. I don't know.
Was it just a bad shot? And like, but why wouldn't you just dial it at the pin? Because it was still like 10 yards short, right?
Yeah, he was playing relatively conservative all day. I think which somewhat worked. Like, if he makes that 4 foot bird, then he's in the playoff. Like, I think he's letting the other players make mistakes, and they were. But then Cantlay stormed. Say if Cantlay doesn't storm and Glover doesn't make 2 30-foot pars.
It's fucking ridiculous. He made the up and downs he was making were fucking stupid. Then he put it in the water and he makes like a 35-foot bogey putt.
Yeah. I think it seemed like Fleetwood thought 14 wins.
Yeah, but then you're on 18. You know 14 doesn't win. Cantlay's already in at 15.
I know. But here's another thing, and I'm not even defending Tommy because he's tough to defend in terms of being a winner right now. But say we were on Spieth or Homa. Those guys are viewed as guys who can win when they're in contention. Both of them sucked ass on Sunday. Both of them had a really good chance. Fleetwood he shoots a couple under. Like, it's not like he completely imploded. He just...
No, but he had that 4-footer that he missed. Can't miss that 4-footer.
No, that was the worst one.
And he had a couple of early par putts early that he got off to a good start, made birdie on one, Then 2, oh my God, 2 was infuriating. He fucking takes iron off the tee. And like, if you're gonna take iron off the tee, you got to put it in the fairway, buddy. Like, and that's such Tommy Fleetwood-esque right there. Like, just do the easy shit right.
It doesn't make sense either. I don't think he missed a fairway with his driver.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just hit the fucking driver, man.
And then because everybody was like had close birdie putts on that hole. And then he's struggling way back out of the rough. Couldn't make the par putt on that hole. I think Lucas Glover had the same putt a little further out, and he made it.
Oh, it didn't even veer from the center of the cup for a millisecond.
All his putts were just dead center.
Yeah.
And then it's just the par 5 he didn't get. Did he lay back on that par 5? No, he put it in the bunker.
Yeah.
Terrible shot. And then the par 5, 16, we needed an eagle out of him.
Right.
Homer puts it to fucking 8 feet, and he
puts in the bunker, right? Hit an 8-iron.
Yeah, what the fuck? Everybody had eagle putts there.
In the par 5 third, even though he put it in that bunker, he still had 6 feet for birdie.
Yep.
And he missed it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people saying they're never going to bet him again. He's a loser, blah, blah, blah. But again, these things are just, if you look at him.
I think he's going to play great this week.
I do too. Like, it wouldn't shock. I don't think. Is he a winner? No. But that doesn't mean he's not going to back his way into one.
How about this Justin Ray thing I sent you? Tommy Fleetwood, 22nd top 5 finish on the PGA Tour. Most of any player on the PGA Tour without a win in the last 40 years.
So pretty much ever.
Fleetwood is the first player in PGA Tour history to surpass $20 million in official career earnings without a win. He's a loser.
Yeah, now the 54.
Is he a loser?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a loser. Of course he is. How can you say he isn't?
Yeah, he's just a loser.
I saw one of the who is it? The foreplay guys, or no, not foreplay. No laying up guys responded by saying he's won 2 national opens or something. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, he has 6 Euro wins. I guess that's cool.
It's fine, but he's the best player on the fucking Euro Tour.
Yeah,
like he still hasn't won.
He's phenom, right? Prior to the last 2 years.
Yeah, are they the same age?
Yeah, pretty much. I think they're both like early 30s, like 33, 34.
But Phenom's been winning for 2 or 3 years now.
Right, prior to that.
No, I agree prior to that, but like, when's it going to happen for him? When's he?
I don't know. It's so weird because I felt like in that Ryder Cup in France, he had like big stones. I don't know if it was because the crowd was behind him, but he was like drilling putts. Remember him and fucking Molly?
Yeah, crowd behind him doesn't help him. I mean, he played like ass on Sunday at the Open.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This one hurt. I really thought Tommy had it, especially when he rolled in that fucking like 40-footer. Terrible camera work by CBS there too.
This doesn't even show it. You can't even see it.
Get fucking Homer's caddy out of the way.
I knew it went in because of the roar, but I knew that was him too. Were you listening to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, showing Glover's putt, and then you hear it, and I'm like, okay, that was definitely Tommy because he's a hole next to him, and they're not going to roar that loud for a Homer had like a 10-footer or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hideki had a good week. I mean, he goes low and he had one bad back 9 the Saturday back.
This guy's so weird.
English fucking 110-1 leads the field in approach. How is that even possible?
I don't know. Oh, man.
So I mean, the only guys.
Burns sucked.
Burns was awful.
He was fine on the weekend, but I don't get it.
I mean, Tommy was the play. I thought he played well enough to win. He obviously just couldn't get it done. Glover, is he on the Ryder Cup team?
I think so, right?
I think he has to be.
Right? This is shaping up great. He's got all these fucking. We got Wendy Clark, Harmon, Glover on the U.S. team.
I said to somebody, how that Ryder Cup team, the bet's looking better and better every day. That Europe plus 185.
Yeah.
And I was like, Glover, Harmon, and Clark on the U.S. team, and they're like, how can you say Glover's bad? I'm not saying Glover's bad. Glover's great. He's the man. But he's scorching fucking hot right now. In October, he's not going to be scorching hot anymore.
It's like when Ryan Moore did this, like back in like 2010. He got scorching hot during maybe it was 2014. Made the Ryder Cup, and
I think it was 2012.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, multiple things can be true. Glover's great. What he's doing right now is awesome. He's a good player, but he's not a top 10 player in the world. He's not a top 12 American in the world.
Right.
It's golf. Guys get hot. He'll probably cool off this week, I think, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
He is like a bully, though. I could go to battle with old Leather.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him playing well, but the European team now, I guess some issues are Fitz is playing horribly.
He is.
He's lost an approach like 11 of his past 12 starts.
Yeah, who else is playing bad?
Lowry.
Is Lowry playing bad?
I don't know if he's playing bad, but he's just not great. Hatton's tailing off a bit.
Yeah, but then you still have Rom, Vic, Tommy, Rory.
It's a good team.
Yeah.
This should be a pick'em.
Rose played well after shot 76 round one and then 67, 61, 68.
Yeah, course record.
Yeah.
I could see him playing well this week too, actually.
I was thinking about him.
Because he plays these tough courses.
Right. And Decky, man. What the fuck?
I don't know what his deal is. He's a tough guy to figure out.
He's so tough.
Dude, he needs to get the Glover putter.
Was it his putting?
I don't know if it was, but I still think it'd be the best move for him.
Let's see what his stats were.
I don't think Asians do that, though.
He didn't even lose putting this week.
I know. In general, I just think it might be a good move.
Okay. Benny Ann did it. Isn't Benny Ann doing it now?
He has the broomstick?
Think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pretty sure he has it. Siwoo has it too. Siwoo definitely has it.
Yeah, Siwoo has it. Siwoo played well too.
He did.
Stats were good.
Oh, I mean, what did you think of Chinaman?
I don't know. He sucks.
How come he doesn't get into contention?
He doesn't. His irons aren't like I've been saying it all year. His irons are fine, but they're not. There are so many times I was tracking him. He's in the fairway and he's put to like 25, 30 feet. He isn't peak Morikawa. I saw someone say like it would be like a bullshit if he didn't make the Ryder Cup team. I would put him on, but I don't think it would be a complete travesty if he didn't make it.
No, now that Glover's in the mix.
Yeah.
Is Finau gonna miss?
Finau should miss. I mean, he's been horrible.
Unless JT or Finau?
I'd pick JT over Finau.
Same.
Because Finau hasn't done enough. I think it's likely that neither of them make it.
I think JT's making it.
I do too, but I'm saying like it's possible they both don't. If Glover and Morikawa are on it, then you get one more. So that means no Keegan.
I don't think Keegan deserves to make it.
You don't?
Mm-mm. Because outside of his win, what has he fucking done?
Nothing.
He's been just as bad as Finau.
Yeah.
So Brooks dropped down to 5.
Brooks is dropping out of it, I'm telling you.
Brooks dropped. Well, there's only one event left.
Yeah, but look, these are guys close to him.
Well, Cantlay finished second. That's why he dropped down to 5. But, I mean, so Homa X are about 600,000 behind him. Spieth is 1.4 mil. Cam Young 7.7. So he's 1.7 mil behind Brooks.
Colin
is, I think it's going to be close.
So I think it's 50-50 he makes it on automatic.
On automatic. Yeah, I agree.
So if he drops out, and I said this the other day, and people thought I was crazy, like, oh, predetermined outrage or something. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It would not surprise me. It would not shock me if he doesn't get picked.
Is Ricky definitely on it?
I think so. I think he deserves to be. He had a great season.
He deserves to be, but since his win, he hasn't been great.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. All right.
Is Brooks definitely in to you?
Yeah.
Shock. Took Finau and JT.
I don't think they're leaving the PGA champion off there. I mean, the Ryder Cup's put on by of America. They're gonna leave the PGA champ out.
I know, and not that it's fair here, but because he's obviously he's been pretty bad since the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
he's been bad.
Yeah, I can't believe he played last week. It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's the downside to the live thing here.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, also watching live, Cam Smith is like, there's no one even close with a flat stick as him. He's just unbelievable. It's fucked.
He's the worst guy to be chasing.
Worst, because you know the bad misses are coming, but he always weasels his way out. He'll have like 15 feet for par, drill it.
He just drills pars. I mean, it's insane. And you know what else is insane? The fucking 28-1 Masters bet we made.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait for that.
It's still there right now. On DK. I don't know if it's going to move at all, but last night I put 200 more on it. I'm up to $1,000 on it.
Yeah, let's go, baby. I'm going to add some right now.
28-1. Come on, man. He should be 14-1.
I know.
He's a top 5 player in the world, and he has great course history. And he's going to be, I think, in better form. I mean, he's finishing the year out strong. Hopefully, he has a better offseason, though.
They're going to change their schedule, I think.
Yeah. 28, that's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still here. I'm going to bet it again.
It's fucking asinine. Parlay it with one of these guys this week.
Oh, good idea. All right, let's get into this week. This week is actually the format sucks, but I really do enjoy the BMW. I don't like how it's 50 guys, but I always enjoy the tournament. I feel like it always brings the heat.
It does. I mean, let's think back. We're on JT when he won at Medina. You rode on a boat. I'll never forget it. I know exactly where I was. The guy was going fucking nuts on Saturday. He shot like a 61 and just coasted to victory. That was great. Then we had the Cantlay Bryson showdown. Yep. Was there one in between, or was that the one after?
That was when Cantlay gained like 14 strokes putting, and they went to like 6 playoff holes, right? Him and Bryson.
Yeah.
Bryson played awesome too. That was a bird fest. It was like minus 27.
We were trying to dodge Bryson because we were the only ones not on him. Yeah. And also that was when Cantlay like walked in like Bryson's backswing or was like when he was lining it up and got pissed at him.
That's when he got the Patty Ice nickname.
Bryson. I mean, I'm going a quick little rant here. Okay, so I get accused of being the biggest live shill, most biased person in the world all the time. I just have to address this here. I don't know how that can even be viewed as a possibility. I've said multiple times, I like the PGA Tour better than live. I just don't hate live. That's all. I just don't hate it. So a couple of the takes that I was called a shill for at the time, I tweeted about 2 weeks before the PGA Championship. it's irrefutable that all the momentum right now is going towards LIV players as we enter the PGA Championship. Everyone said you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a liar. You're a shill. You get how much is Saudis paying you? Blah blah blah. LIV player wins. Bryson comes 2 players in the top 5, and you get a LIV winner. I view the thing objectively, and that's what I thought. And people say, "Oh, you can't view things objectively. That's not possible. Everyone has intrinsic bias." Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm viewing things from what I think is as objective as possible. I have no reason to favor one tour over the other. I'm just saying how I feel. So that happened.
Wait. You're a huge Fireball guy, dude.
I am a Fireball guy. I am. I do like certain players that I liked before they went. Another thing, I've been saying Bryson should be on the Ryder Cup team. Or I said it last week. Now I'm saying I'm fine with him not being on it, but I think he should be considered. They said that.
Why are you fine with him not being on? He should be on the fucking Ryder Cup team. He's one of the best 12 players in America.
I think he should be, but
you understand why they're not going to take him.
Yeah. Like if he won again this week, let me put it this way. The 2 finish at the majors, the 4th and 20th, I think are pretty good. The win at the Greenbrier to me isn't enough. And I think that setup was too easy. I think
but just fucking eye test and
yeah, exactly.
You know Bryson is the better golfer than fucking Wyndham Clark.
Absolutely. So, but people said that you're saying that because he's on LIV, blah, blah, blah. We were Bryson fans since 2018.
Oh, yeah. We've won a lot of money with Bryson. We've always stuck up for him all through all the cringy shit that he does.
Through everything. And there was times after the U.S. Open in 2018, we bet him to win the Northern Trust for a second win.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget it. That was the week of my wedding. So it's nothing to do with LIV why I defend these guys. People say I defend Sergio because of LIV. How long have I been fucking talking about Sergio? So
gotta get off that guy now.
I know. DJ. I mean, we've always loved DJ. Now
it's more that our favorite players went to LIV.
I know. I think that's a big part of it. And now I've also said this. I hate 54-hole events. I hate no-cut events. I hate small fields. That's why I hate this BMW this week. That's why I don't watch LIV when I can compare it to the PGA Tour. But for example, yesterday, PGA Tour goes into delay, gets suspended. Then I watched LIV. Once this delay came back, I switched back to the PGA Tour. But people put me in this category with
right. But say Cam Smith didn't exist and like Reed was battling, you would have been flipping back and forth.
I would have. So again, people say objectivity is impossible, but to me, I'm being objective. Now, people put me in these categories. These like 3 or 4 guys. I know there's trolls on Twitter, but of the people who are so pro LIV, they shit on anything the PGA Tour does. They say the LIV product is a much better. They can't even watch the PGA Tour anymore. Now, I have no problem with those people. They all seem like relatively cool people that I get along with on Twitter. So I'm not bashing them, but they're incredibly extreme to one end. You know what I mean? Those LIV guys. And I'm obviously not one of those. I've said it. I really don't love the LIV product right now. If they add a couple more teams, then I'll definitely like it a little bit better. But all that being said, I do notice this too. I can be critical of LIV, and no one really cares. All the LIV fans are just like, oh yeah, like I disagree with you. If I'm a little bit critical of the PGA Tour or say anything positive about LIV, the PGA Tour only fans are a much more pretentious group. Like they'll get down, they'll like wish death upon your fucking family.
Really?
They're horrible people. And that's the thing. With these PGA Tour only fans will just completely try to discredit you and make you seem like the biggest piece of shit ever to LIV if you disagree with one thing that they say. The LIV fans, I talk shit about LIV multiple times and they're just like, oh yeah, I disagree. But then we're like, cool. So it just seems like the people who are on the PGA Tour only side, to me, aren't very good people. That's what I've noticed throughout.
Wow, interesting. It kind of checks out though.
Yeah, fucking
just in society.
Yeah, it's exactly how it is. They stand up on this pedestal, and if you don't agree with them, you're wrong, and there's no room for debate or anything like that. So, and also if you're not completely 100% anti-LIV, then you're pro-LIV.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we talk golf every week. Am I the biggest fucking LIV fan out there?
No, there's some LIV accounts that are just like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's extremes on both sides, and I do
feel like I saw one of them say Pat Perez is the best ball striker in the world. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but that's a stick, I think.
Is it? I don't know. Well, if it's a stick, it's not that funny. Like, just stupid.
No, I agree. I agree. It's not funny. There's one yesterday that said, like, there goes Phil Mickelson's like Ryder Cup hopes, like when he hit it in the water. It's like, dude, he was never getting on the fucking Ryder Cup team. It doesn't matter what he does.
Phil was playing well. Oh, that par 3, poor Phil.
That was horrible. I didn't want him to win, obviously, because I thought Reed might have had a chance to backdoor it, but I did feel pretty sad when he went in the water twice. I was like, oh, I didn't want to see that.
He played really well. Besides that, it was good for Phil.
Phil's the man. And then one more thing I got to address. Sorry, the anchor gate. I just want to go over this thing real quick. The video that I saw of Glover, I saw him push it against his chest lightly, very lightly against his shirt. And then I saw a second indent. Did you see that?
I didn't see the second indent. I saw him push it, but I don't
know.
No, like, yeah, so like any way to prove it, he has it against his chest, though.
Right. It was hovered against the shirt. And then I saw a little move towards the chest. And the shirt indented even more. That's how I saw it. But again, this is such a subjective thing. Everyone sees different things in this. I thought that particular putt, maybe other angles doesn't look, that putt, that angle, that video, to me looked like it was anchored.
Yeah. But maybe there's no way to prove it.
There's no way to prove it. I'm not saying he should be penalized or anything. I just saw a video and reacted live to it. You disagree with anybody? That's completely fine. I don't want him penalized. I don't think it should even be an issue because it's so up for interpretation that I don't think you can really, like, the only way to fix it is make only shorter putters or either all or nothing. It's just hard to try to judge on a case by case.
It's pretty wild that these anchor guys like Scott and Glover for the longest time were the worst putters on fucking tour. But like both of them for well over 10 to 15 years have been horrific putters. And they switched to it. Now Scott's like one of the best putters on tour, and Glover's going through this resurgence with it now. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, he Glover was literally the worst putter on tour for 10 years. And he switches to this, and now he's been impossible.
Same with like Keegan. Keegan has the longer, not the same version of them, but longer putter, and he's putting a lot better this year.
Right. So, I mean, again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. That's just my initial reaction. I don't give a fuck. I'm not hating on Glover. Someone responded by this saying, yeah, you just want Rory to win every week like the rest of these fucking pieces or something like that. It's like, okay, all right. That's what I was rooting for. I was rooting for Rory to win. I'm a huge McIlroy fan, but it is what it is. We killed a bit of time.
What about the Phil comments last week, or the book, the excerpt of Billy Walters?
Again, that was another thing that resulted in me being called a LIV shill and all this other shit. And I love Phil. I mean, I love Phil always. I don't think it's a huge deal. I mean, I get it. The bet amount. So that tweet I did about the unit size, it seems like he bets relatively like a regular amount per game. Did he bet too many games?
Way too many games. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
It's just a recipe for losing.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, that's obvious. You're paying juice. The more games you bet, the higher percentage you have to break even or be positive.
Right.
So I think, yeah, he obviously went out of control, but I don't think
some of these people on Twitter, what are they betting, like $5 a game? Like what the fuck? How does that get you dick hot? Like,
I think they do.
It's fucking wild.
And I said 150. It's like $150 to someone make 100K a year. And they said, yeah, if you do that, you have a serious fucking problem, man.
Well, guess what? Right, I've had a serious problem for fucking 15 fucking years then.
I got to call 1-800-GAMBLER ASAP.
Yeah. I got more than a serious problem then.
Yes, more than a serious problem.
I can't watch a football game unless I get at least a nickel on it.
No. So I don't know what the hell is up with these guys. I don't know. Do you think it's a big deal that he tried to bet on the Ryder Cup?
That's a big deal, but I don't think he bet on the Ryder Cup.
I don't think so. I don't think he did either. And I do think
it's a big deal. Betting on the Ryder Cup, smiling, giving Rose a thumbs up after he drilled the 40-footer to beat him. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think it's a bigger problem than some people said. Who cares if he bet on his own team? I think there's a big problem with that. If he did,
yeah, I do too.
Because this is the reason why, and a lot of people don't get this. It's a slippery fucking slope when you're gambling. You and I get it because we've been deep in that shit.
Oh yeah.
If you're down, if he's betting on his own team to win, but he loses one, he loses two, loses three, he's a couple million in the hole.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you're betting on the other team to win. Like then things start to change because when you're in the mind of a gambler and things start going downhill. So it's a slippery slope that I think if you do bet on yourself and it starts innocently, gambling is it's a bad disease and it's an addiction. You can go downhill quick. Then all of a sudden, you're betting, you're missing putts and shit. So I do think there's a problem if he did bet on himself. I don't think he did. We have no evidence that he did. And the burden of proof is on the people who are accusing of actually placing the bet. We have no evidence that he did. So I'm going to assume that he didn't.
Yeah, I can't wait to read that book. I don't read many books. There's books I do read though.
I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to read it as well. Last thing I'll say about the Phil thing. I defend Phil for a long time, and it's nothing to do with. Someone said again, you defend Phil because he's on LIV. Again, nothing at all to do with LIV. I started watching golf with my grandfather, who passed away in 2015, because he loved Phil Mickelson. Actually, hated Tiger and loved Phil. But I rooted for Tiger and Phil. But that's what we do every Sunday. We'd go to my grandparents' house, and golf would be on every time. I'd sit on the couch, talk golf with my grandfather. That's why I started watching golf. So I liked Phil. He liked Phil. My grandmother, who passed away recently, the last thing when she was in the hospital, I gave her the Phil Mickelson book that I read, and she read that. It was the last thing she read. So my family likes Phil Mickelson. Again, it's nothing to do with LIV or Saudi money or any of this other bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to defend Phil no matter what he does. People are flawed. It's a fallen world. People have issues. Like, just because he made some mistakes in his life and he did some things that you might not like. People are so quick to judge from their pedestal. Like, everyone has fucking problems, man. Like, and he has some problems. Whatever. He's a flawed individual. I still like him.
I was never a big Phil guy till the last 5-6 years. I always was a Tiger guy, and but the shit Tiger's done in life is way worse than what Phil's done. Tiger's fucking pissing on chicks. He's fucking almost killing people on drugs, driving.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You'll see a lot of the LIV accounts like shit on Tiger for that stuff.
Yeah,
LIV is like the LIV people are anti-Tiger though. Do you notice that?
I don't hate it. I hate anybody that says bad shit about Tiger because I love Tiger more than any athlete in the world. But like Tiger has a dark past.
He does. So again, but again, people are flawed, man, and like this is the way the world is. No one's perfect, and people have big issues. So I'll defend both those guys. If people want to shit on people who make a lot of mistakes in their life, then whatever. I'll be the one person defending them if that's what I have to be.
Yeah. So we're about 40 minutes in. We haven't gotten to the BMW yet.
That's by design. I could grab my charger. I forgot that I didn't have it. You want to start going through the odds and maybe talk a little bit?
Yeah. All right. BMW DraftKings. Let's get out of here. I'm on the Masters. All right. We got Scotty Scheffler plus 650, Rory 7-1, John Rahm plus 850, Pat Cantlay 1,000-1 or 10-1, X 16-1, Victor Hovland 16-1, and Tommy Fleetwood 18-1. We're at Olympia Fields in Chicago. This was held at 2020, par 70, bent grass greens. This is the one John Rahm and DJ went into a playoff with. This is when DJ was scorching hot. He was winning every event. Really, really low scoring. This played like a U.S. Open. Rahm and DJ were both -4. You had Hideki and Neiman in the mix at -2, Finau -1, and those were the only 5 guys under par. Seems like I don't know, what is the distance on this course?
It's a par 70, and it is.
It's a big boy track. I know that because a lot of bombers were on the leaderboard. Obviously, Rahm, DJ, Neiman, Finau, Kokrak.
Par 70, around 7,400 yards.
Yeah, big golf course.
Bluegrass green, similar to POA.
Okay. And that would make sense for Rahm and DJ.
Yep.
I went through the top of the board, everybody under 20. What do you think?
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that, the value is down the board, blah, 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 blah. End it now. That fucking conversation. A top 6 player on the odds board is winning this event.
So you're saying from Fleetwood up?
Yes.
Wow. Well, Fleetwood's 7 actually, but you're saying from Fleetwood up.
I mean,
you're saying nobody under 20 to 1.
Yeah, you can cross Fleetwood off.
Nobody over 20 to 1 cross Fleetwood up. So that's Scotty, Rory, Rahm, Cantlay, X, Hovland.
Yes, one of those 6 is winning.
Okay.
I mean,
even X and Cantlay.
Yeah, they could win.
I shouldn't say Cantlay. X and Cantlay's won like fucking last 2 BMWs.
Yeah, Cantlay could win. He's definitely worried about him a bit, but he typically doesn't do well in these more difficult golf courses.
What did he finish this week? That week he finished 12th, 3 over.
So, I think, to me, you know what? People are going to say, we're going to bet a guy at the top of the board, shitty odds. You can't really do that big of a bet. Blah 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 blah. I disagree. I think you can go full huge bet on someone here, and I think the value we're getting is better than the value you'd be getting in a full field.
There's only that kind of makes a lot of sense.
What was Rory to win the Open? 750?
7. Yeah.
What was he win the Masters?
Well, he wasn't in his peak form, but probably 8 or 9.
Okay, so what is a better chance to win? A 50-man BMW FedEx Cup playoff event that he always wins, or the Masters, which he has no chance of winning, or the Open, which has not that good of a chance of winning. Like, relative to the field size, and not to mention players in it, it's not the strongest field ever.
No. And he's won, him and DJ are tied for the most FedEx playoff events won. So obviously he can win these, unlike the majors in the last 10 years.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any problem with betting a guy at the top of the board here.
Right. Especially when you look down the board, there's maybe one guy I like.
Yeah.
And at his price, I can probably still bet him as well.
Yeah, you can bet maybe one guy. Like, so back in 2020, I was on Rahm here. I think he was 12 to 1. He started 2 over, and I bet him again at 66.
That was the one when he marked his ball incorrectly, right?
That's right.
Or he what did he do?
He did.
He picked up his ball without
picked it up without marking it. Yeah. So I think there could be some live opportunities, and I'm going to try to take live opportunities, but we're just going to start with Rory. I mean, I thought it was going to be Rory or Scotty coming into it, but Scotty hasn't been playing that great, and
2 straight tournaments outside the top 20 for Scotty.
Stats weren't crazy.
Stats aren't crazy like they have been.
Exactly. And there's no discount involved.
Also with Rory, yeah, exactly. No discount. With Rory, he's number 1 in approach last 12 rounds, number 1 in approach last 24 rounds. Off the tee, he's number 1 in the last 12 rounds. And he is number 1 in the last 24 rounds. And basically for this course, it's all off the tee and approach.
Yep. Exactly.
More off the tee than approach too.
And he's just the best off the tee.
Yeah, I mean he's on a Scotty Scheffler type run from Scotty earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to win, and he hasn't his last 10 events: 3, 6, 1st, 7th, 2nd, 9th, 7th, 7th.
Yeah. So
that's just, like he hasn't been out of the top 10 since May started.
The stats are great. If we were looking to bet Rory last week, looking at what he did last week, to me was perfect scenario.
Yep, and he's BMW. He has had good success. Won at Crooked Stick in 2012. I was looking to see if he had won any events in this area, like the Chicago type area. And he won BMW in 2012 at Crooked Stick in Indiana. So,
yep.
Last year, he's 8th at the BMW. We were on him that year. 4th the year before the BMW. He has a 5th, a 4th, an 8th. So he's had good success at this tournament. He hasn't won it in a while.
No, exactly. He's due to win this one too. It's right up his alley, man. Why do you think he was in Jay's ear telling me he wants small field, no cuts? Like,
yeah,
this is
he can outlast everybody.
Exactly. It's his best chance to win. There's less of a chance of a guy like a Glover last week getting really hot and getting to the top. And people think maybe the value is still on Glover and guys like that. There's a difference, man. TPC Southwind, you can be a short hitter, a good iron player, and win. Yep. This is not that. Olympia Fields is not TPC Southwind. You got to be a big boy. You got to be a hit it long off the tee to green, everything. Like, you aren't going to putt your way to winning this thing, I don't think.
No, Rahm gained 3 putting and DJ gained 3 putting last time they were here. But like, look at Decky and Neiman, both gained a half a stroke putting. And they were 3rd.
And they both hit it far that year. I mean, Decky's not as far now, but I think back then he was up there more. So,
right.
Those the 3 of them, DJ, Rahm, and Neiman, 3 of the longest drivers on tour that year.
Yep.
So I think not only is there more value at the top of the board than the middle of the board this week, which might sound crazy, but to me that's just a fact. I also think there's more value on that skill set of just being a big boy, being able to outmuscle the rest of these guys.
So you like Rory more than Rahm, too?
Yeah, Rahm's fucked up, man.
Is he? I guess he's kind of. He had one really good round at the Open, and that was about it, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't win, but there's something off with him. I followed him a lot. Lost 2 off the tee last week.
Oh, he was fucking awful on Thursday. Holy shit.
And he was awful again at other points. He was going in the water a lot.
There is water on this course, too.
Yeah, I don't remember too much water, but I guess there is.
I think 6, 7 holes is water.
Yeah, Rory's the guy who's playing the best. I think it's a fair price, even though people might not want to stomach it. But it's a fair price.
Tough to stomach.
It is, but
it was tough to stomach at the Tour Championship last year, and we still did it.
We did. And you know what? The field's cut in half. That's what people need to realize, too.
This is usually 70, and now it's 50.
Yeah, and last week we had, 70 or whatever. So I think relative to the field, the numbers.
It's a really bad field.
Yeah. So and it's probably we didn't mention that part. It's probably the worst BMW field that we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, what about like Cantlay X Hovland? Shouldn't it be a good course for Vic?
Yeah, definitely should. Let's see, how are his numbers?
Off the tee, sucked. Approach, he was great.
Something.
He was like 4 over on fucking Thursday.
I know. Yeah, I know people are gonna like him here. I know we won Memorial with him, but to me, I still think he's not some bona fide fucking closer now.
No, definitely not.
He made a lot of mistakes yesterday too.
You'd always make mistakes, then come back and make a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost off the tee in 3 out of the 4 rounds.
I like him, but I don't like him at 16-1.
Okay, we're just gonna pass on Cantlay because he's 10. I could see X in the mix.
He likes hard events.
Yeah, U.S. Open type events. X is always around. But fuck X.
Yeah.
And then Tommy, I could definitely see Tommy playing well. Like, he could definitely play well, man.
I know. I'm worried about that. It'd be like kind of the microcosm of what's been happening to us lately.
He's his run too is like Rory's and Scotty's. Look at those finishes. Besides a missed cut, 2nd, 5th, 6th, 10th, 3rd. He's having a great season. But I can't go there at 18. Not after what I watched.
No. How can you bet that? But I'm sure he's gonna. I mean, I hope he doesn't win.
Yeah,
that would be horrible.
So you're betting Rory?
Yeah, I did bet him already.
At what number?
7.
7 flat.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a 750, but I'm gonna have to bet it multiple places anyway. So it is what it is.
Any chance it gets to 8?
I don't think so. Oh, just found an 8.
Where?
SH.
Okay, perfect. And okay, we go to the next range.
Yeah.
All right, you got Hatton, Morikawa, 22. Homa, Spieth, 25. Ricky and Glover, 28. All right. The only one here I'd be interested in, not Spieth, not Ricky, not Lucas, not Hatton. It'd be Colin or Homa.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm going to go there because I'm just going to bet Rory instead.
Colin, I don't like. Homa, I can see playing well here for some reason.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's lately, like last 4 tournaments.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I'm not betting him that number, but I just think.
Homa finished 59th here in 2020. Morikawa finished 20th.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I like him. I think they're okay. I think Homa. I mean, it would be definitely his biggest win.
Definitely.
But I think I feel like he's been good off the tee. I didn't look at the numbers, but do you think that's
Homa? Yeah, he was good off the tee last week, 4.3. Yeah, well, lost on approach last week.
Tommy's 25 on the site.
Really?
Yeah, all the
numbers. I'd much rather bet Tommy 25 than Homa or Morikawa.
Me too, definitely. So now, yeah, I mean,
what do we do with that?
25 isn't bad.
That's a good number.
Homa's 22.
We bet Tommy at that number last week.
Yeah. Somewhat like 30. I got some 30s, but yeah.
Right. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna pat you agree on no Spieth, Fowler, Glover?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you make of Spieth?
I think there's a course that he plays really well at.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I never thought he was winning. Did you?
No, he was spraying the fuck out of it. Besides every day but Thursday, right?
Yeah.
He lost on approach last week. Holy shit.
He's chipping in and shit, bunkers, doing all that Spieth stuff. But yeah, no. Yeah. What do you think about Glover? Does he have any chance to win again?
No. Well, to win, no. I think he could play well though. Spieth isn't a U.S. Open guy.
No, he's not.
He got his one U.S. Open on a British Open type track.
My one concern here, and we didn't really talk about it yet, is for the last few months I've been just viewing Scotty as the guy who's going to win this thing.
Hey, we've been going against Scotty all year.
One more time.
We just got to keep doing it.
Yeah. All right. Next range. There are a couple guys this next range who I think, make some sense.
All right. Finau 30, Decky 30, Windy Clark 35, Tom Kim 35, Sanjay 35, Henley, Day, Cam Young all 35. What's Clark's deal? He could make some sense.
Yeah, I mean,
player
fit,
type.
Yeah, course fit makes sense. But he's been bad.
Yeah.
And he has no chance of winning. But other than that, seems pretty good.
Finau off good here in 2020.
Yeah, Finau's a guy who I would consider. Finau, Decky, and Young are the three that I think are solid.
What about Tom?
No.
He
doesn't contend at long golf courses.
He does.
Tom Kim?
Yeah. Yeah. LACC.
Was he there? Was he at LACC?
Yeah. He was 8th.
Okay, that's not bad. I don't know. I just don't think he's long enough to win.
Yeah. Oh. He's playing good golf though. Sucked yesterday. All right. So what do you do? Do you bet? I like Cam Young a lot.
I like Cam Young a lot too.
I think we should go Rory and Cam Young.
Yeah, I don't mind that. What's the best Young number, do you think?
I saw 40 on Bet365 this morning.
Let's see.
40 on Bet365.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the best, but that's the best I'm looking at.
Cam Young. I'm just going to find it real quick. Yeah, 40. 40 FanDuel, 40 BetMGM. It looks like he's 40 everywhere.
Don't these guys play well at the same courses a lot?
Yeah, they do. This is a perfect Cam Young spot.
Yeah, right? He always plays tough tracks well. Let me pull him up.
And just off the tee is so important.
Right. I mean, last year he was great at the majors. This year he's played his best in the majors. 8th at the Open. 7th at the Masters.
Yep.
Those are his 2 best finishes of the year.
Yeah.
And then last year's PGA finished 3rd. 2nd at St. Andrews with Rory. Rory's involved in all these majors the last 2 years as well. So
right.
Genesis, long track. That's when he came on the scene.
Yeah, I think it's definitely fair. 40-1 is fair, I think, in this field.
I don't know if his irons are great, but
they're not. But I mean, I don't think they have to be that great.
I can just picture him being around,
I definitely
getting involved.
Can we fit both those guys? I mean, you got the 8 there on Rory.
Man, it's gonna be a little overexposed, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Not much though. Only like very little overexposed. Right? It's right at it. If you get the 40 and the 8.
Yeah, in this type of field, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's actually right at the number. Yeah, it's perfect. Just those 2. Boom. Call it a day.
Yeah.
You like him more than Decky?
I think Decky's gonna play really well, but if to win only, I think yeah.
Yeah, Decky doesn't fucking win for us. He's just a fucking cock.
Yeah, he's not gonna win.
Okay, and then any long shots here? I mean, Burns 45, Siwoo 50, Rose 50. I can see them. I'm gonna do something with Rose. Probably first round leader.
Yeah, or
he hit first round leader last time at the sick course. Hit
with Decky.
Yeah,
I could see Decky again first round leader.
Keegan 70. Stats were good last week.
Yeah, he makes sense. I mean, I don't think he's going to. Again, I think a top guy is going to win. All these guys I think could definitely play well. Young, Decky.
Rough is the rough.
Yeah,
Rough's really penal, right?
It is.
They better not fucking change it. How it better be fucking play like a U.S. Open again. Was it windy?
I think. Although I like Rory if it does or if it doesn't anyway, to be honest. But
yeah.
Because
I just find the event more enjoyable when it's
definitely
like the year round one than when Cantley and Bryce were minus 27.
Let me just see the course breakdown real quick. Nope, there's no wind.
There was no wind. Okay, that makes me feel good.
Difficult. It was firm greens. Rough is very long. Greens were fast. Hitting fairways was average. So I think
Okay.
length is more important than accuracy.
Okay. I like those two. I think those are the two bets we need to make.
I agree. So there we go. Anything else?
Nope, we got a good event this week, and then next week is the tour, which sucks, but I mean, there's good live opportunities there. We've won some money at the Tour Championship, despite it being one of the worst events.
Both times on Rory.
Yeah.
2 out of the last 3 years we bet Rory and he won.
Yeah.
It was 8-1 and 10-1. So yeah, I think
that's why I think he wins BMW. Because I don't think he's going to win another tour.
Right.
But he could. And that'd be kind of embarrassing if he does, to be honest with you. I just you're going to just keep winning tour championships. Can't win a fucking major in 10 years.
Keep winning FedEx Cups that no one cares about.
Yeah, that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
I just don't want that to happen. I'll actually feel sad for Roy if it does happen.
I know.
Like, I want him to win this week and don't play next week. I don't
Then let Scotty win the one next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to be Rory guys next year.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He opens his mouth. It's just the worst.
I know. Other than that, he's
But hey, he's won us a ton of money. I'm not going to deny that.
Single bullet.
I won fucking 20 grand on him last year at the Tour Championship. So.
Me too. I checked this before I came on here. I've hit Rory single bullets 4 separate times.
Let's go. Let's make it 5, baby.
Let's make it 5. All right, let's get a winner here, and then go into the Tour Championship with some momentum.
Need it bad.
Let's go.